Hello, today we are going to learn about four important concepts in Python, which are break, continue, pass, and nested loops. We have already learned about loops like for and while, but sometimes we don't want a loop to simplify or run the beginning to end. For example, we may want to stop a loop completely. We may want to skip one particular iteration. Sometimes we need to keep a block empty temporarily, and sometimes we need a loop inside another loop. That's exactly where today's concepts come in. Break means stop, and continue means skip. Pass means do nothing, and nested loops means loop inside another loop. So let's start with break statement. The break statement is used when we want to completely terminate a loop. As soon as Python reaches break, the loop stops and Python moves to the statement after the loop. So let's see this with the example like I in range friend if I equal to I break. In this, normally this loop should print 1 to 10, but when I become 5, the condition becomes true and break executes. So the loop immediately stops. So let's run this program. See, it should go from 1 to 10, but it will print only till 5 because when it reaches 5, it will break the program. Let's do one more example. We write range from 1 to 21. We might repeat. So full stop when it reaches 8. Imagine you are searching for a particular student in a classroom. Once you find that student, you don't need to keep searching. You have to stop the loop. So you will use break statement. Now let's see about continuous statement. Continue is different from break. Break stops the entire loop, but continue skips only the current iteration. After continue, Python goes back to the next iteration. Let's see this with example. For I in range 1 to 11, if I equal to 5, continue and print I. Let's check this code. In this, what happens is the loop starts from 1, and when the value is 5, it will skip it. Python encounters continue. In this, it doesn't stop the loop. It simply skips the current iteration and run the rest part. Let's check this with some different example. So let's start with next question. Suppose we are writing odd numbers. Let's make another problem. Can you print numbers from 1 to 10 but skip even numbers? all the odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. It will run one, it will come one, and it will check the condition if I is divisible, 1 is divisible by 2 and coming the remainder 0, then it will skip this, otherwise it will print. What will happen if we replace continue with break? This you should understand that whenever any even number will come, it will stop right there. Now we have pass. Pass literally means to do nothing. Let's make another file. It is used when Python requires a statement inside a block, but we don't want to write any code there yet. On I in range, six, if I equal to 3, here nothing will happen. It will print 1 to 5. It doesn't skip 3 or it doesn't stop the loop. It simply does nothing. So you must be thinking, why do we use pass? Like for example, we have write f age is greater than equal to 18. This gives an error because Python accepts some code inside it. So if we don't have anything to write, we can just write pass. Later when we come back, we can write the actual code whatever we want to. For now, we can leave this like that. Good question. Which issue to use if we want to stop the रितिका यार चुप कराओ ना So which one you will use if I want to stop the loop? Obviously break. Which one if I want to skip iteration? We will use continue. And what will we use? We don't know what we have to write. Like if right now we don't have to write anything, then we can simply write pass. So now let's start with nested loops. So this means something inside something else. So a nested loop is simply a loop inside another loop. So its basic structure is So in this, what happen is first the outer loop will run, and for every one iteration of the outer loop, the inner loop runs completely. You can understand this by outer loop is one. Suppose then in inner loop will be one, then two, then three, and now after it's completed again outer loop will two, then inner loop will one, two, three, and outer loop will three, then inner loop will one, two, three. So in this way this nested loop works. It is used in many conditions and in many problems you will see this. So now let's practice more. Let's take another file. So let me give you a question. Print numbers 1 to 20, but stop when you reach 12. So how will you do this? It's so simple. You have to use for to and give a range for I in range 1 to 21. To right number still 20, you have to give range till 21, and then you have to blend this and use if condition. If I equal to a ring, okay, you can stop the video and practice by your own. See, after writing till 20, it will stop the loop. Let's practice one more. Write a code to escape multiples of 3. So, what you will do? In this write numbers from 1 to 20, but don't print multiples of 3. So, here also we can use same method. Get all the numbers between 1 to 21 except which are multiples of 3. We have 1.6, 3, 9, 12. This are all skip. Let's do practice of nested loop. Let's comment this out. Print, let's do questions based on star. Print 3 rows with 5 stars in group 4. This type of questions are so famous, everyone should know. In this, we have to use nested loop condition. Here, first we will make a outer loop for I in range 3, and in inner loop we will write for j in range 5, print star, and assume. Here int tells Python to stay on the same line and puts a space after the star. So we have got our 3 rows with 5 stars, and print moves the next line after the inner loop finishes. Let's practice some more this type of questions. Uh, Pattern printing. Let's practice increasing pattern type of question, in which on the left hand side top there will be 1 star, and after that 2, 3, 4, and so on, like a paragraph, but rectangle, right angle triangle, like this. So to make this, we can write for I in range 1 to 6, and J in range print In this, when I will be equal to 1, then inner loop will run 1 time, and when I will be 2, loop will run 2 times, and so on. Now let's practice some more questions. So till now we have understood about what is break, skip, continue, hash, and nested loops. Now you know how to print multiples in 3D, or you can skip n numbers and stop whenever you want, and write answer questions based on pattern printing. So um, let's go on next topic. So let's start with strings. So today we are going to learn one of the most important and commonly used data types in Python, which are strings. Whenever we want to create store text, words, names, sentences, or characters, we use a string. For example, if we want to write name is equal to Anushri, college is equal to LPU, yeah, language is equal to Python. So here, name, college, and languages are variables. Here, name, college, and language are variables, and the values stored inside them are strings. So, how do we create a string? We write any variable name and the value. So, we can use hello, both are valid. We can also use triple quotes to write strings. Suppose मामी बना के चली गई है छोटी वाली जैसे सच संभालने गई है नहीं यहाँ कौन संभाल रहा है वहाँ संभाल रही है ज़्यादा दिन लगेगा क्या कि वहाँ रहने के लिए so here the important point is a string can contain letters, numbers, spaces, and even special characters. जो बनाई खा ले रही है सर तुम लोग जरूरत नहीं क्या आपको So in this way, but remember, if numbers are inside quotations marks, Python treats them as a text, not as a number. Like here, b is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it is under double quotation, so it will be as a string.
नहीं वो सब नहीं जाते मैं कुछ ठीक लगे क्योंकि अभी इधर अंजलि भी बांध रही थी ना।
So suppose if we are writing E is equal to 1, 2, 3, you would be thinking this is also string, but no. This one is string,
अच्छा तो तुम
but
उससे
this
करवा
is not
देना
a string.
ना
This is integer.
बाय मौसी है सोनल दीदी नहीं उनको भी ले जाएंगे तो अच्छा लगेगा तो आ ही जाएंगे।
So we have got an introduction about strings. Let's start with string indexing. So now let's say I have this string word is equal to so Python stores each character at a particular
पिंकी
position.
दीदी
That position is called an index. So P here is in 0 index, position Y in 1, T in 2.
अरे सुन बहुत
We
बहुत
can
जाने का
understand
वैसे
this
तो जाने चाहिए
by writing P0
वो नहीं मैं समझ रही थी कभी भी पता नहीं क्या सोचती है
Y 1 T 2 H 3 O
चलो ठीक है मम्मी मैं
4
रख रही हूँ
N Y.
जी
So
अब दवा ली कि
Python
नहीं
indexing starts from 0, not from 1.
क्या बोले हैं डॉक्टर
So if we want to print
कितना निकाले तो पापा
any
खाने
inside a anything which is inside a string, we can write print
चलो ठीक मैं भी एक सब्जेक्ट का आउटपुट अप्लाई
word
करूँ तो बुक तो नहीं दूँ जो 600 की थी
0.
एक था
So
सब्जेक्ट
we
उसको वो
can
करवाना
or
पेपर दे देंगे ना तो वो कोर्स वो हो
suppose
जाएगा मेरा
print
खत्म उसकी क्लासेस नहीं करनी पड़ेंगी
word
और जिसका बुक करी थी मैंने ऐसे भी
2.
बुक किया नहीं ली जब वही देना है एक ही बुक ली 100 रुपए की थी वो 600 वाली नहीं ली क्योंकि मेरा कोर्स उसका वो कराना ना पेपर देके तो नहीं देना पड़ेगा बुक
It takes some
नहीं
time.
तो क्लासेस ही नहीं करूँगी
If
तो
your
देना
laptop
चाहिए
is slow, C P
अरे पेपर
we
दे
got
दूँगी पेपर निकल जाएगा तो नहीं
and
करना
T
रहेगा मुझे
2.
क्लास
In second indexing, T is there,
नहीं
so we
कॉपी
will
वॉपी मैं सिर्फ
write
घर से लेके आई थी सुबह
and
दूध
one
भी
more
घर से
thing we
लाई
can
मैं एक
also
मेरे पास
write
अनलिमिटेड कॉपी
negative
कॉपी
indexing.
वॉपी के लिए
Python
मैं
also
फोन की
supports
खाली
negative
चाहिए
indexing that starts from minus
हाँ
1.
बोल
It can be like this e
क्या
minus 6 y minus 5.
क्या बोल रहे मम्मी मैं समझ नहीं पा रही अरे मैं नहीं ध्यान दी शुरू जहाँ से मैं रखी मुझे सामान खुद ही ध्यान लगा गया छोड़ो जाने दो चल ठीक है बाद में देख लेंगे
We can also write, use negative indexing to
बैठ कर क्या करना
find
मुझे
any
समझ
number.
नहीं आ रहा हाँ यार उसको
Print
रजिस्टर करना उसको पेपर पता नहीं क्या इतना मैं मैसेज पे नहीं जाऊँगी
word
मुझे कुछ समझ ही नहीं आ रहा
minus 1. C N we got. Suppose you want O, you can also write here 4, otherwise you can write minus 2. And what will you do if you have to print H? You can write print and under the word in square brackets you can write 3. Yeah, you can also write -3. And suppose what happen if I will write print girl 10. So it will give me error because index 10 doesn't exist. So now let's know about string slicing. So indexing is used when we want one character. But what if we want multiple characters? For that we will use slicing. Example word is equal to suppose 100 and I want to print word. If I want to print a n only a n u 3 word, okay. So I will write from 0 to 3. So here the most important thing is zero index A is in the zero index. This will come and first index, second index also, but we are going till 3. So this will not come. It will only come till second index. So remember this part is included and this part is not included. Let's take one more example. Hmm, let's take a variable t is equal to so here print t. So here from 0 to 3 it will give output.
मुझे तो मैं तो सेमी लिटरली मेरे को लग रहा है मम्मी आ रही है अगर फिर याद आ जाए तो मैं कर लूँगी
And if we want to print
जितना बजे यार मेरी मम्मी ने मुझे कुछ किया पता है ऐसे मेरे पायल तो मेरी बेबी ने तुरंत
to
मुझे कर दी इसमें थोड़ा स्पेस होना
here,
था नहीं क्योंकि एकदम स्पेस नहीं था
what
उसमें
happens is it
बचपन में
will
मुझे कोई
start
गैस
from
आता है ना
2,
बताती मम्मी बात
index
करना
2, and
चाहिए
it goes to the end. If
पायल
we haven't
अब
given
पता
any
नहीं मम्मी
value
का
then this will
ये
go
ना
till the
निशान
end.
में ठीक है पायल छोटी बचपन की निशान होती है पर ये निशान तुम बच्चों को यदि खाने चाहे कुछ भी करना हो तो बोलना चाहे कुछ भी नहीं
We can
बोलते
also do
मेरी मम्मी
slicing by
पैसे में
using
ही
stem.
वीडियो वायरल हुई थी वही वाली वीडियो जो है जिसकी कीमत अभी
Like
25-30 हज़ार है वो मेरी मम्मी अपनी बड़ी माँ को
we give make a variable okay and give a word programming. So here, if we want to print PGM like after some after jumping to, so we will write. First of all, let's see its syntax. Let's not give anything here. Let's see what output is coming. So yeah, programming. Okay. Yeah, written word. I have read your okay. And now delete this and let me run this once more. See. First of all, it goes on 0, it prints, and then after skipping 2, it gives O, and then R, M, I, G. So it means, and you can also do the same for moving backward. Let's see what happens. In this, minus 3 means move backward one step at a time. Doing something is missing. First, it write prints G, and then M, and R, and then R. So now, after understanding this slicing concept, we can know about string operators. So now let's go to string operators. Let's make another file. Strings also support different types of operators, so let's look at them, which are the most useful ones. We will use that for many purposes, like uh, concatenation. Let's understand about each and everything. So let's start with concatenation, which simply means joining strings. So example, first we write um, hello, and second I think result. So you will get result as hello I. It will concatenate both the strings. Let's know about repetition. So when we want to repeat the same word multiple times, we can use this multiply operator. And how much times we have to repeat this, we have to write that. And it repeats this string that number of times. We also have to put this in space. So next is an operator. It is usually used to check whether something exists inside a string or not. For example, let's take equal to anything that's like this. If we want to check if I is present in menu or not, so we can type print I in menu. So to give answer true or false. So true, yes, I is present at this menu. Now let's go to next example. You can practice by your own also. This is very easy. Comparison operators. And there's two variables the strings are compared. False. Banana is not equal to cherry. In this way we can compare two strings. We can also use equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to. Python compares strings based on their character, ordering, and floating value. So don't think of less than, greater than, and compare the numbers of letters. This doesn't happen. So this is it for today. Let's see you.